Hey folks, Smudge here. Well, tonight, channel by the name of Stedhomer will be the guest on Monday Night Live. Now, in full disclosure, Stedhomer and Daryl have been best friends for over 40 years. They've worked on all kinds of projects, everything from building race cars to building dump trucks, custom shelving, custom building, but their biggest project has been a pole barn. And it took them a couple of years. We put some clips up here of some different changes and projects that have happened at Stedhomer's place, all since the mid-2000s or so. And some of these Daryl helped with, some of them he didn't. But they're always doing something together. A lot of the material used is all, recycled. They've torn down decks together, salvaged material, repurposed it. So, always getting by on the shiny side of the buffalo. They've got some nice stuff, but it's all taken time to do. So, take a few minutes, go down and check out this channel, and subscribe to it. Don't think you'll be sorry. It's not so much of a homesteading channel as a DIY channel. Does a lot of projects, both in building and in repurposing. And his projects are all done in a unique way where he details how things are done. So, I'm sure you will not regret it. Join us tonight. Stream starts at 8:57. Show starts at 9 o'clock. And we will see you then.
Yes, the infamous. Hi, I'm sorry, I'm talking to everybody. We're live. I did it again. The infamous Victoria Higgs. I know her very well. So, tonight's guest is Stedhomer. I'll tell you his real name. Maybe you'll guess it. Who knows? But anyway, he's been a friend of Daryl's for over 40 years. Yes, they're that old. And they're older than we are. Aren't they, Mrs. Stedhomer? Just shake your head. Yes, up and down. Smiling. So anyway, let's get on with this. We'll get Stedhomer and his BFF over here, Daryl, going, and maybe comical tonight. One never knows.
You sure?
I'm sure. I'm positive.
You ready?
Let's get him out of the green room.
Out of the green room. There he is. Mr. Stedhomer, how you doing today?
Bit apprehensive, but I'm here.
It only hurts for the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I know you, Daryl, and that's got me a little worried here.
You look like you dressed up for the occasion here tonight.
I said he even cleaned his glasses.
From here up, I made sure that I was spick and span.
That's all right.
We don't want to know.
No.
TMI. This is a G-rated channel.
Okay, well then I won't stand up.
So, as I'm guessing, most of the people in the chat, or if not all of them, know that you and I have been friends for a long time. But let's revolve around to YouTube here just for a minute. I believe you actually had a YouTube channel. I think you actually published content before Sherry and I did.
I did. And I've always thought, you started it just to show me up.
Well, he started Stedhomer. I had Mrs. Buckeye.
Yeah, you had Mrs. Buckeye.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for any of you that watched his videos and stuff, the guy that was referring to, BFGT, that was my channel. I had that as a business for cutting grass and so on and so forth. But
when Daryl was so politely let go from his job, he went into lawn care and trying to think of a name. And when Daryl first bought his first humongous pickup truck, Stedhomer politely named it BFGT.
And the truck was green.
The truck is green. It's a big green truck. You figure out the rest yourself. So when Daryl was figuring out the name, I said BFGT, and there you go. That's the name. All due to Stedhomer.
Well, and also besides that, we'll go back here a couple years ago, 3 years ago, or whatever it was, and we were both very apprehensive about too much information on the internet. So therefore, we didn't use our names per se, but as Sherry and I evolved into Two Family Homestead and the homesteading community, and going and meeting so many of you fine people at meetups, at conferences, and this and that. Well, you know us, so there's no point hiding our names. Mm-hmm. Whether or not Stedhomer would care to share his name, that's entirely up to him. But we may get him to go to, I don't know, maybe we'll go to Layman's or something with him.
Good. That would be fun. I think
with
that would be
when
great.
Off Grid with Doug and Stacy are going to be at Layman's here later this summer, maybe we'll just drag them along and he'll get to meet some big time YouTubers.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Mrs. Stedhomer is in here, so.
Well, I don't have a problem. My name, my name has actually been said more than once. Matter of fact, when y'all came down and we were playing euchre that night,
cards, yeah.
It was mentioned. So, yeah, I've gone by my name longer than you two have been alive. So, it's Harold.
I don't know. You can say that. However, I'm not sure you can recollect it.
Well, sure I can. I can recollect everything. And there's some things, Daryl, that I prefer not to recollect.
Not to recollect. When we get to that age when that red, white, and blue card comes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know. Mine's coming. Mine's coming.
You ain't start living until you get the red, white, and blue card.
Oh, well. I can hardly wait.
So, and I got to tell you, Harold, you got ahead of me here today. We had some other stuff we were doing, trying to get caught up, and I watched the first video you uploaded, but I haven't seen the one you just did 3 or 4 hours ago.
The shelf unit.
Yeah, the shelf stuff. I haven't seen that yet.
I peeked at it.
So, I don't know.
Like I said, I wanted to make sure everything was up before this tonight. And the last 2 were short ones. They were easy to edit, easy to get through. So we were out working in the yard today. The internet wasn't being used, so it was a good time to do some uploading.
So good weather has finally arrived here in Ohio, it looks like.
Lordy, we hope it stays. I'm so tired of this cold, and I want to get out there and get busy.
Yeah, we had white just last week.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Sure did. But I've got so many projects in mind. I want to get out there and get started on them.
Well, I mentioned, or Smudge mentioned, in the promo that you got to do something about that, Daryl.
I know.
sound just like him, don't I?
Just like him, I swear. Or he sounds just like you.
Or something, yeah. Anyway. I think that's just part of our surroundings here. Anyway. Mentioned in that you kind of consider yourself to be more of a DIY channel rather than...
I do.
But you certainly fall into, I'm going to say, the homesteading lifestyle more than many do.
Well, I guess, we are fully capable of being more self-sustaining than what we are. We have all the equipment. We can do all the gardening we could want. We choose not to at this point in time. Same way with hunting, when trying to, provide in that way. We choose not to at this time. What I do is spend most of my time doing everything, like I said, DIY. That gives me a lot of pleasure and a lot of satisfaction, I guess you could call it. Especially when something turns out right. Yep. Much like when you and I got done with the barn. It's unbelievable what that did. Just kind of blew my heart out of my chest, I think.
Have a comment here that 1870s homestead, and we just had them as a guest not that long ago. For you, Stedhomer, your property changed so much. Lots of hard work, and it looks wonderful. It truly is. And 1870s homestead, yes, they're about 45 minutes from us.
Ah, okay, cool. Well, I thank you so much. I know Daryl and I put a bunch of painful hours in getting that framed up. I'll know that for sure. And it took us a while, but it was fun, I think. I think it was a lot of fun.
Well, I'm glad I did it when I was younger.
Didn't take so long, did it?
When you were younger? Oh, good grief. Let's see, we started it when I was your age right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. If I had to do it over again, would I? Probably. But it would take, instead of the 2 years to get it framed, it would take probably 4.
Well, you had a slideshow on your channel of some different changes your house has gone through since the mid-2000s.
Yep.
And
Mrs. Stedhomer.
Since Mrs. Stedhomer. And
yep, since she came into my life, everything has changed. For the good.
Yeah, the inside of the house is completely, the kitchen, the living room. Yeah.
Well, in the back of the house.
I
think maybe the only thing that was already done that was a huge project, was the basement was dug out back there.
That you did.
Well, I was just going to say.
You're the one that dug that out.
Well, it made it easier for you to walk out of the basement. Otherwise, you had to go through a tunnel.
Had to walk out of the basement door and then climb a mountain of dirt just to get out of there. Yeah.
And I don't remember how many tree stumps we pulled out of that place.
73.
73.
Was that
you dug up 73 stumps?
Was that the one where you did the fire that went to
stars? That was just one of the fires. We had bonfires that the fire was how far away from the house, would you say?
30 to 40 feet at least. It was out in the middle of the front yard.
Yeah, I'll bet it was more than 40 foot. And,
maybe 40. Yeah, it could have been 60. Yeah.
And you couldn't stand on the front porch. It was that hot.
Yeah.
I was a little worried we were going to catch your house on fire.
Well, at least it doesn't melt like Angie did her boyfriend's house at the time.
It's only because it's not plastic. I'll tell you what, if it had plastic siding on it.
Yeah, they're all saying, wow, 73 stumps.
Yeah, we...
well, when I first moved in here, there was almost no yard whatsoever. It was just a little teeny tiny wood house right in the middle of a mass of trees. And at that time, I had 3 young children. They needed a yard to play in. At that time also, Daryl happened to come up with a backhoe. And I had the yard timbered out, and he came in and dug out the stumps, and we instantly, over a summer and a half, had a yard finally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, did we eat a bunch of pit potatoes that year.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if everybody knows what pit potatoes are.
I don't know. I don't know if they do or not.
Describe it to them.
Okay, a pit potato, folks, leastwise our definition of it, is if you're having a big outside bonfire or campfire type thing, you dig a hole in the ground beside the fire somewhere.
Big Bear Homestead says 3.
3. 3 holes?
He's ready for the trivia.
Oh.
7. Jason.
Anyway, you dig a hole in the ground. Take your potato, wrap foil around it, throw them in the hole, and just cover that hole with the hot embers from the fire. Just shovel them in on top of it, and an hour or so later, just dig them out, and they are the best baked potatoes you'll ever have. So,
ooh, yes. Matter of fact, we just ate a little bit ago, but you got my mouth watering already for that.
Well, we're going to have to do that a few times this summer.
We're going to have to do something, that's for sure.
We're going to have to get that lady of yours that's so shy working that log splitter so we can have one of these fires.
She has no problem doing it, so long as her wrist comes up.
That was prior to her, falling head over heels over Stedhomer in the barn a month or so ago. Yeah. Now, well, she's healing, and doesn't have the movement that she used to have, but don't know that she ever will. But she's starting to use it, and that's just absolutely phenomenal. It's just wonderful.
So, what's your next big project besides you and I kicking some butt on some euchre?
That's not going to happen.
Well, that's an easy thing there, because when they win, it's because we let them win.
Yeah. You keep saying that, old man. I know she's over there going, yeah, right.
She is. She's sitting right here next to me. You see her?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There she is.
I thought that was a puppet you had on your lap there. You were just moving the head over.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, it's a puppet. There you go.
Oh, Big Bear knows how to play euchre. There we go.
Yeah, come on. You're coming in.
Ellen Stedhomer is from Indiana. Stedhomer is from Indiana. Ellen Bloomfield said, euchre, are you sure you're not from Indiana?
Oh, I am. I was born and raised. Well, actually, I was born and raised there in Indiana.
Yep.
My parents lived in Ohio when I was born, but I was born in a hospital in Indiana, and then they moved across the line into right up just north of Richmond, Indiana, and that's where I was raised until I left for college.
He wants to know where, Mr. Stedhomer, where did you live, if you want to?
In Indiana.
It was just north of Richmond.
Whitewater.
In a little town called Whitewater. Was where I was raised and grew up and gained my scruples.
Okay. You're awful quiet, Daryl. You're not adding to that comment.
No. I have to be careful we don't open the barn door all the way here. Who knows what'll escape? So, we rode motorcycles together. I used to get you out on the racetrack every now and then, if I remember right.
Yeah, when you were pushing.
Yeah, when I was starting the sprint cars and stuff, you just closed your eyes.
Scaring the holy out of me at times. Man.
Ellen Bloomfield.
Yeah, that was when you.
Ellen
Sorry.
Bloomfield is from Canby, near Plainfield, and her husband is from Rome City.
Okay. Guess I can't quite place where that's at. It's been. I moved out of Indiana back in 1969, and never been back. So I have a hard time even remembering sometimes the name of the road that I grew up on. That's what happens when you get old, I guess.
We don't know, do we, Mrs. Stedhomer?
No, she's the
I-
baby.
Oh,
See?
Yeah.
I wasn't around when he was born.
Yeah, me neither.
Nobody was around. None of you were.
Big Bear wasn't even born yet. Big Bear, you're younger than we are. Give us a break.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm the baby. Gotta love me. I wanted to say hello to all those that said hi to me. I can't type that fast, so I don't know how you guys can do it, but I know Cher is the fastest typer in the world.
Lord. One wasn't born until 76. One was born in 69. I don't even want to hear it.
Jeez.
Oh, tell
Good
me.
Lord.
Bunch of babies here.
Tigger, I was in high school when you were born.
In
Stedhomer.
1969, I was in college.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yeah, Mrs. Stedhomer and I were the ones that, when we played euchre, her and I played together against those two, and
We let you in once in a while.
we beat
Oh,
their
wow.
butt.
You
Yes.
Even go there.
Yeah, move closer to her there, Stedhomer. Keep it up. 1967, 75. Oy vey. God, Big Bear, my daughter was born in 73. Oh, Lordy.
Oh, let's see.
Michael was born in
My
71.
Yeah.
My oldest was born in 72, and yours was 71, right?
No, my
70.
oldest was born in 70.
70.
See, we all,
Yeah.
they're like, our kids are like stepping
Born in
stones.
74.
Yeah, they're
Do
stepping
what?
stones. Our kids are like stepping stones. And then
Mhm.
I have the two younger ones. And then we have the bird.
Sam!
She has to be heard. Ugh.
Hi, Sam.
We have Smudge. They have Sam. Their Sam is different than my Sam.
Yeah, Sam, normally at this time of night is asleep.
Tell
But,
them what Sam
She's
is.
decided. Pardon me?
Tell them what Sam is.
She is a blue front Amazon that I've had her now for about 25 years. And she was supposed to be a male when I got her to do the DNA, and found out she's a female, but she talks and entertains and drives us nuts.
She whistles, she talks to you, but so does
Yep.
Obi. So does Obi, and Obi dances.
Yes, he does. And he's a little cockatiel. He dances with his mama.
And Sam will say whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah, Sam is crazy.
Oh,
She's maniacal.
She has to get on that video. You have to get the two of them doing the dance.
oh boy.
We'll do that. I will do that one day. I'll get the two of them dancing.
That would be
Obi
great.
and Mama.
Vicky and
Well,
Helga.
actually, even Tootie dances with
Obi.
Mama now.
Obi,
Okay.
the little cockatiel. Haven't you ever seen him
Obi.
dance?
Well, yeah, but okay.
He only dances if Mrs. Stedhomer does it.
He does it with one foot and bounces.
And that's just how you do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I had to teach him.
How do you think he learned? Okay, it's 9:26. We need to do a trivia.
Need to do a trivia. All right.
For those of you that don't know, twice during the 1 hour, we do a $2 trivia, a question about the guests channel, one of their videos, and we will send you a honest to goodness US $2 bill.
All right, let me cue it up.
Sounds good.
Okay, let me go over the rules very quickly for everybody.
I think I need to make a line that they can't answer till after the line. What do you think about that, Jason? Oh, there we go. Brenda's going.
You can only win once every 4 weeks. You must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it is received and recorded on the stream here. And that stream is embedded on the screen for this purpose so everybody can see that this is the official stream. Your computer or phone may be in a totally different order. But this is different time zone, different whatever. And of course, if you are the winner, you must send us an email with your mailing address. We ask you to do that within 48 hours so we can send you a genuine American $2 bill. And we have sent them worldwide. We have sent them worldwide.
You're not allowed to answer.
Oh, man.
I know. Big Bear said the same thing. Neither are you.
All right.
No, it's not a possum, Duncan.
All right, here's the first question. Name the video Stedhomer created that has over 14,000 views. Keep in mind, he's not a very big channel, and yet he's got a video out there that's got over 14,000 views.
We need music.
Yeah, get that. Everybody says we need the Jeopardy tune.
Yeah.
Everybody get that second tab open and start scrolling through the videos.
Well, share. Go ahead and start singing it.
I can also tell you that video.
We won't get monetized if we do.
If you ask that question on Google, that video comes up on top of the list.
1870s Homestead.
I think that's close enough. The actual title is Installing Windows in a Pole Barn, but Windows in a Pole Barn, that's good enough. 1870s Homestead.
Oh, I know they're fine. Yep, they sure are.
Please send us an email, unless you have their address. But
at this point, I don't have the slightest idea.
Yeah.
I'm sure I do.
Okay.
Yeah, so 1870s Homestead, please send us an email with your mailing address.
Yeah, I can remember, blew him away when all those views started coming in. Said, can't believe how nobody ever saw a video. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's like I said, just one day not too long ago, I Googled about installing Windows in a pole barn, and it just blew me away that video was at the very, very top of the list.
No, Jason.
So it's like I couldn't believe it.
Another channel last week put out a video for a contest. Last week, 2 weeks ago. Why you watch Off Grid with Doug and Stacy? Riz, who I know is in here or was in here, did a spoof video on why I don't watch Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. And as of this morning, he had over 16,000 views. That's within, a little over a week. And he said he's getting like 500 a day just because of the spoof. Oh, and there's Miss Priss.
There's a little white thing sticking up there.
There's Miss Priss.
My sister calls her a cotton ball with eyes.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So what's next on the agenda there? What's your big plans for this summer?
I got to get my equipment going, and kind of showed that on that one video I uploaded today, where I have to modify and clean up and de-rust and do all of the equipment, especially the ones from Dad, getting them operational, and then I need to do some projects where I'm going to be making all of that equipment mobile. From that on, it's just whatever. I don't really have a lot of plan other than getting the barn squared away and making it my woodworking shop. And that's about all I can really, I don't punch a clock anymore, so things are subject to change from day to day.
Daryl was watching the video this morning and said, "I didn't know he had that." I said, "Well, if you heard him, he just said he didn't know, he forgot he had it too." The thing that you never took out of the box.
Yeah, that sander.
Oh yeah, I bought that. What was it? 2.5 years ago, and when it was on sale, and then I had a 25% coupon, so it was almost walk in the door, and they paid me to take it, and I stuck it down in the barn or down in the basement, and while we were cleaning out and trying to get it dried up the other day, I came across it, so it was time to take it up to the barn. I'm hoping it works. I'm sure it's past warranty.
You think?
Maybe.
Jason, Big Bear Homestead wants to know, what woodworking projects do you do? He does woodworking also.
What I want to do is the finished furniture, which, like Daryl, like that video that you did, in the introduction, or saying that I was coming on, the one that I did about the improvements of this house, and I showed the shelf, the oak shelf that's hanging in our kitchen wall. That's the kind of work I truly want to end up doing. The problem is the time it takes to do it, the cost that it takes for the material. I don't know how well it would, be able to continue to do it for very long. That shelf itself, that took me how many hours?
Oh.
It probably was 4 or 5 weeks working every day on it.
Every day.
But I love to do the finer stuff, but I don't get a chance to do it that often, mainly because of the cost of materials.
Well, and obviously you and I have both done some construction as far as just building, and kind of the next step to that is getting a little bit finer in construction, some cabinetry and things like that. And then the next step is more high end, like that shelf you built.
I built all the cabinets in the kitchen. Then the shelf was my masterpiece, more or less. But I don't know that I could ever build one like that again. Because it was it was for her. I pulled the stops out for her.
Well, and Big Bear Homestead is asking you, do you find it difficult to find good hardwood in your area?
I'll answer that, yes.
It is to find good hardwood, yes. At the time when I built that shelf, I was very, very lucky. I had a gentleman that lived across the street that was a master cabinet maker. And I asked him if he knew where I could get some good hardwood. And a day later, he pulled up in my driveway with a trailer load of oak, white oak. I mean, it was spotless. And he asked me if that would do, and then he left, and he never would let me pay for it. Now, from now on, it's going to be next to impossible unless I go out and cut a tree down.
Well,
and then I got to wait for it to dry.
Well, yeah, and you have to mill it. You have to. It's not an overnight process.
No, I have a stack of air dried cherry wood that's been out back now for close to 20 years. So I will say it's definitely dried, but it's already done the photosynthesis, and it's a lot darker than you really like it. But that came from here. That was part of the deal when I had this place timbered out. And I do have aspirations of maybe getting more wood out of our woods here, and for our own use. Okay.
Come here, you.
Have you ever done anything with pecan wood, Harold?
No, not yet. Now I do have. I have about 3, maybe 4 logs of. I just went blank. Dogwood.
You're being.
And I understand that can be beautiful, beautiful wood. And I have 3 or 4 logs of it that I would love to try to do something with.
You're being offered some walnut, but you have to go where, to Minnesota? Is that where she's at?
No, she's in Missouri.
You have to go to Missouri and cut them down
June.
yourself.
Yeah, June's in Missouri.
Ah! I got a walnut tree in my yard, but it's not big enough to use yet.
BC Truck is saying hello, Stedhomer.
There you are. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, Jason makes candle hold. That's right. I saw your candle holders, Jason, with the peak. Kansas. I'm sorry. June's in Kansas. Kansas, Missouri. They're right there, side by side. We have a big.
Hey, Daryl. We know where Kansas is.
Yeah. You got the rolling golf ball from Kansas.
No, that was Oklahoma.
Well, we had to go through a portion of Kansas to get to it.
I don't remember that, but it was in Oklahoma where we got
Oklahoma?
Yeah.
You and I were in Kansas.
Yeah.
We have a big chunk of cherry out in front on the side yard.
I don't know if it's any good anymore, but hate to say that. Oh, I see Mapleberry Farms in here.
Yeah,
They're out of Canada.
Canada is in the house. We had England in the house. That was 2 a.m., so she left a little bit ago.
Just seeing who all is here. City came and cut down our ash and drove off with it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they do that on some trees that have that are prone to being invaded by some sort of bugs and stuff.
Could be.
So. Well, the county down here has removed all the ash from the roadways throughout the entire county because of the ash borer. And they were trying to help control it. Now, the ash that was cut here ended up keeping us warm for a winter. We didn't get to build anything with it, but it was a good heating wood.
Well, yeah, you and I'm sure you don't mind me sharing this with everybody in here, but you have heated with wood your house ever since you moved into it. You don't have a furnace, anything like that, but you've all been wood heat.
I have heated with wood now for 37 years. Nothing but, other than the Eden Pures that are in the house now. I always felt we lived in the woods. We had free fuel. It would have been kind of ridiculous to have to pay for gas or whatever. Now that we're getting up in the years, it's getting harder and harder and harder. All that's about to change, and I hate it, but it is. It's about to change. And but it is going to very, very possibly going to warrant some real good heat over in the barn once I move our wood burning furnace over there.
Getting your furnace, are you?
Yep.
Talking about that
got the word today. Got the word today.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Big Bear. No, he does not have an outdoor wood furnace. There's no heating plenums, ductwork in the house, and it's got a wood burning furnace in the basement. And he's created a vent hole to the upstairs above it.
Something's going to happen if they're getting a furnace.
Yeah, well, we'll see what they do. But at that point, that's and B lady, I see that you heat with wood and have gas as a backup. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just Harold's backup has been making sure somebody's there. Making sure somebody's there to keep throwing wood in the fire.
Well, how many times have we been up there at your place and had to leave to get home to stoke the fire because, if we didn't, it was going to be cold. We can get about an 8-hour burn out of our furnace, loaded up in about 8 hours, and it's ready to be reloaded again.
Well, and
Big Bear wants to know if you want to trade homesteads.
We don't have any beaver. I got a small stream running through the property that the only thing it does is keeps eating our bridge. It did it again this spring. I got to
really
figure out how to fix it again.
When Daryl and I got married almost 20 years ago now, our wedding present from Stedhomer was the use of his property. And we spent the entire summer prior to our wedding, almost every night we would go there, and my boys were both way under 18. I don't know, 12 and 16, 10 and 16, I don't know what it was. But we drove to his house almost every night, usually with a cooler full of steaks or brats or hot dogs or something.
Chicken, yeah.
And
grill.
Yeah. And Daryl and him would, how many feet of extension cord did you make?
Well, it wasn't really extension cord. I guess you could call it that. We used regular house wiring that we ran out. It was over a quarter mile in length.
He has 7 acres, and from his house, there's a big open area in the backyard, and you've seen the pool. Well, that wasn't there then, and it goes down, and there's
it disappears.
Woods. It disappears into woods, and there's a trail in the woods, goes over that creek that he was just talking about.
And then a mountain on the other side to climb up.
I thought it was a mountain, and then there's a clearing. I probably would now. I haven't been up in years. And then there's a clearing which he used to use for his garden area when he had all the kids, when he was raising his family. And up in that clearing is where we had our wedding. And we rented an outhouse, and they brought the outhouse up there. Stedhomer took his grill, and he was our chef. He wouldn't wear his hat, but he wore his apron.
You still have those, don't you?
Yeah, still have them.
Yeah, but that was our wedding present from him. We were allowed to use his property to get married at.
That's an area that we refer to it as the back 40.
Mm-hmm.
And if people want to go and take a look at it, they can see it. The video I got up called A Different Perspective. It shows that back area pretty clearly. Also, when I took the tour, before that, when I walked it and took the tour back there to show that open area that was created, or we created years and years ago. It's very, very private.
Well, I think when I did the video for our anniversary last year that you didn't know I was doing, when I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning, I didn't have a video, but I had the pictures.
Yeah.
And I made a slideshow of our wedding, and a lot of it was from up at your place. Yeah.
Didn't you say you had 2 strings of lights?
Yeah, there was
all the way back.
That's
lights
what that cord was being built
house,
for. Mm-hmm.
Back both sides of the pathway, all the way back, and then all the way around the clearing. What was it, Daryl? How many thousands of lights were there?
It was somewhere around 10,000 lights.
Yeah, we went one night. We went to Odd Lots, and the Odd Lots here didn't have the Christmas lights that we wanted. So we drove 45 minutes to Marion, and Daryl at that time had a Honda, a little tiny Honda. Well, I was pretty much the same size then as I am now, so I'm not a little girl. And Daryl was skinnier. But Sean was with us, so Sean was in the back seat. Sean's my youngest son. And we went to this odd lot store, which is Big Lots now, bought every box of their teeny tiny miniature white Christmas lights, and Sean could barely fit in the back seat.
Well, the Odd Lots we went to in Marion was a distribution.
The distribution center.
Yeah. And so they had.
So that
it was not the season yet.
That lit up the path, and then the entire 40.
Back 40.
Back 40. Thank you.
The clearing, entire clearing.
And
plus, you had all of those tents. There was 2 of them. Mm-hmm. No, we had 4 of them, didn't it?
2 canopies.
Or was there only 2? 2 20-foot tents that we had fluorescent lights up in, 2 gazebo tents, and a screened-in tent that we used for the food.
Right.
And all of them was lit up, running with those extension cords out of the house.
And then when people parked, and we rented a gator, is that what it was called?
Yep,
Gator?
it was a gator. Yep.
Daryl had purchased purple lights that lit up the area up to the woods, and I didn't know about that till I got there that night. That was my surprise. So yeah.
Yep. And then shuttled everybody back with the gator and the trailer that we have, that you keep seeing in it. In our videos, we still have that trailer. Was using it today, as a matter of fact.
Jason, we still drive a Honda. We have a Honda minivan. Daryl used to sell Hondas, if that's what the foreign car you're talking about. In fact, they now have a Honda.
Yeah, it's made right over here in Marysville, Ohio.
Yep. Any questions? Put them all in caps. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I see we have Brad and Kelly in here.
Yes.
Full spectrum survival.
I see that.
Glad to see you. So, nothing earth shattering as far as on the project line this year. Just kind of catching up and.
Daryl, it's about time for it to slow down, don't you think? With what we've been up to and doing here?
I don't know. I'm sure we can find something to do.
Well, you might just want to keep yourself in reserve, because I may need to be tearing some stuff out of the basement real quick here in the next week or 2.
Oh, really?
I can't help him. I have big boo-boo.
Now, we were told today that the completion date of the furnace would probably be about May the 15th.
Oh.
And that's pretty quick.
Yes, it is pretty quick. Well, and I got to tell you, we are not going to be around next weekend.
This weekend.
This coming weekend. We'll be leaving.
Leaving Friday morning, flying home Monday.
Yeah.
Because we have Justin Rhodes Monday night.
Yeah, next Monday night, Justin Rhodes is going to be our guest.
Yep.
You ain't going to miss that one.
We got to leave bright and early to get home at least by 8.
Yeah, we're gonna start the day out in Tennessee and fly home. Well, not fly, but drive. So
that's a haul and a half.
Yes, it is.
What part of Tennessee?
Cookville,
Tennessee. That's where the
where's that in relation to Nashville?
Oh, that's right. Big Bear is saying again, he has dibs on you. You have to come fix his tractor. Remember, he mentioned that. He's going to remind you. He's going to remind you every chance he gets.
You tell Jason
that
he's
means a
good
trip to Georgia, right?
Yeah, and you tell him that Daryl is good at mechanics.
Jason, you just have to drive that tractor up here, and we'll fix her up.
A full spectrum survival. It's the Appalachian Conference. It's Saturday and Sunday in Cookville, Tennessee. I know Backwood Ray's is going to be there. His mom, Southern Arc Homestead's going to be there. Yes, country girl. Cross my fingers.
What's that all about?
Andy.
Is he in Tennessee?
No, but he wants to be.
Oh. There's romancing going on here on the sideline.
Oh, heaven forbid.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard about these internet romances.
Yeah, they never work.
Yeah.
No.
What? 21 years we've been together. 22 we knew each other. That was your
Something
fault
like that.
First year.
Okay.
How many years for you two?
15.
15.
Yeah, I sent her the first message.
Married 12.
September the 11th, 2002. She drove into the driveway September the 15th, 2002.
And she hasn't left.
I have not been able to get her back in that car since.
All right.
I figured
Well,
I might as well marry her.
I know.
let me cue this trivia time up again here. Okay, I'll quickly go over the rules. You can only win once every 4 weeks. Must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it's received and recorded on the stream here. And that stream is being ported into the screen so everybody can see it. That is the official chat stream. Your computer may not be the same. And if you are the first one to answer correctly, you must send us your address via email. We ask you to do that within 48 hours. Just send an email to Family Homestead. Tell us who you are and that you were a winner, and Sherry will confirm that with her stuff, and we'll get it sent off in the mail. So,
can I be a part of this one?
Nope.
No.
I know.
That's not right.
It's not right.
Here's the question. What are the dimensions of the barn that Stedhomer just constructed? Constructed.
Ooh.
I had to look up that word.
You and Daryl. Right?
Two of us put the framing together.
Sure did.
33 by 33, no, but that's not bad for just glancing at it. 34 by 20, 20 by 40.
And it's blue. No.
50
Jason.
by 50, no.
Oh my gosh.
Are you talking the whole thing, or
40 by 50, no.
Tiny house barn. Oh no, B-lady, this isn't a tiny house barn.
24 by 36.
no?
30 by 40.
That's right, Jason. It's the exact size it has to be built.
32 by 34.
I love this.
Harold, isn't that it?
No.
Oh, geez, I had it wrong then. 32 by 34 is not it.
No. Oh, you're talking the footprint, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not it. I'd
Sorry,
tell
Jason.
you, but that would give it away.
Yeah, you can't do that.
50 by 100. Oh, by the way, Tigger Bouncing is in Ohio also. She's in Columbus.
Well, I can tell you this. Duncan 1900 Homestead is not too far off.
That Full Spectrum Survival says, give them the prices right, higher or lower.
32 by 40, 25 by 30.
Boy, they're hitting it everywhere around it.
30 by 35.
Kent.
Can't.
All right, here's a hint. It's even numbers. No odd numbers. 36 by 36. No, 34 by 36.
There you go, Jason.
Given the size of my room.
What's behind door number 3?
So how long are you gonna let this go on?
I don't know, because I'm not sure that I remember exactly. I'm hoping Harold's watching this.
Oh, I'm not. You told me I couldn't. So I'm just watching you.
34 by 38,
Jason,
60 by 60.
That would be my ex. Country girl's taking the curtain. I want the box.
36 by 36. $32 by 36.
Bingo.
32 by 36. Country girl.
Way to go, country girl!
Woohoo! You can start saving for your dowry.
What?
I have your address.
All right.
She got a blue troll today.
Okay,
I can't believe you didn't remember that, Daryl.
Somebody gave me one with pinkish purple hair.
Mm-hmm. Well, all of our moderators, I send them a troll, and Country Girl was our last moderator that we added not too long ago. Yep, that's why I said, Country Girl, save it for your dowry.
How many polls did we have to set, Daryl?
Oh, a lot.
That was a lot.
Took what, three different pieces of equipment.
Okay.
Finally ended up having to get a tractor in here.
Jason, you guessed blue, and it's not blue. Hair wrapper doll, a troll. Well, my trolls have blue hair. Everybody knows that.
I was special.
You're special. Well, I have one troll left. I think it has a tuxedo on it and has pink hair. So it was a toss up between what do I send Country Girl, the pink haired one or the blue one?
Send her the pink one.
Yeah, sure.
I did.
Oh, you already
You got
sent
the
it?
blue one, yeah. I sent it last week. Awesome, Wildflower.
Okay.
Glad it got to you.
Tell you what we're going to do here. We're going to
B lady, we need to chat.
We're going to open up the phone line. If anybody'd like to call in, say hi to him directly, ask him a question directly. We'll really get him scared here now that people can actually talk to him.
That's what the government wants you to think.
Well, it's about time to go.
So the phone number is up on the screen.
Better watch it. You know somebody might call and order a opossum pizza.
Possum pizza?
Yeah. We got some strange friends.
Hey. Groundhog.
Yeah.
Sounds better than possum.
Groundhog pie.
Well, I knew if we were going to have a shot at getting them on, it was going to have to be early enough in the year that it would be dark, so they would, be able to be online here.
Okay.
So later on in the year, as it stays light till 10 o'clock at night,
Okay.
they'll be out in the barn.
You know that.
They won't be able to join us.
We don't come into the house until late. Usually.
And I'll be over in the she shack.
Yep.
Has she let you in that she shack yet?
No.
I have been allowed, but the camera hasn't.
Right.
She has run me out twice with the camera.
Well, I know I was very privileged here a couple times ago when I was down there that she allowed me to peek inside there. But she's keeping it pretty private.
When she's ready. She keeps promising that it will not be long.
Yeah.
Harold, she's female. She'll never be.
Was that Uh-oh. You better be careful. I see the looks coming from over next to you there.
Get him, Sheriff. Get him.
I know where you sleep.
He can't breathe.
or where you're not going to sleep tonight.
Oh my.
He can't breathe, and he knows that if
His
we were
face
there,
is turning awful pink.
he knows that if we were there, you'd have had one on either side of you.
Would somebody please call?
Country girl, I'm innocent. I swear I'm innocent. Don't believe her, bee lady. Okay, well, maybe not on that one.
Oh, goodness.
All I can say is when the day comes that she lets me in with the camera, I will post it, and most of the guys out there will not want their wives to see. I've already been told off by a couple of other YouTubers because they let their wives watch her side being constructed. And they told me off because they were saying that their wives were demanding equal terms. So it will not be long, I don't believe. And it'll probably be revealed.
Big Bear says, promise to fix my tractor and I'll save you. Daryl, you may be making a trip down to Georgia.
Goodness.
Ooh,
Catch your breath, Daryl?
Oh, yeah. So,
Sure, I'll do that.
just to jump in, change the subject just a little bit.
Jason has cookies. They have to be chocolate chip, Jason. Just I'll let you know all the tips. Pepperoni pizza and chocolate chip cookies and Coke. Coffee.
That sounds exactly like us.
Yeah, is that not him to a T? Pepperoni pizza is at the top of the food pyramid.
Yep.
Then chocolate chip cookies, Coke, coffee, you know.
Yeah, we've got to have the coffee with the chocolate chip cookies.
Well, yeah. And you can't, according to him, you can't dunk them in milk. Remember that time? I was dunking the cookies in milk and he about gagged.
Hey, that's my favorite.
That's what you got to do with cookies. He just doesn't realize it.
I even pour milk over my cake.
I know. Ugh.
We'll have accomplished.
Another.
You don't pour milk over my chocolate crock pot cake, though.
Look at
him.
Oh, wait, that ice cream's good enough with
it. and just another mention to the folks out there. Stedhomer is a veteran. You probably maybe got that idea because of looking behind him here, but
that was the flag that was draped over my dad's coffin.
So, and I know that Big Bear was in the Marines, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And Harold, I don't recall.
Army.
In the Army.
Isn't there a song? Bette Midler sings it. I just thought I'd come up with that little tidbit. I just thought I'd come up with that little nugget.
and Big Bear says Semper Fi. Assuming I pronounced that correctly. I will certainly admit that I am not a veteran. I was around during the draft days, and my number was the year I would have been drafted. I wasn't. I don't know if I was or was not one of the lucky ones, but it was certainly so far down in the pick list that they never came to me. And of course,
they couldn't find you. You were in Canada. No. Joking.
He was married, having children.
Yeah.
Silly him. Thank you for stopping, Mama Mitzi. You will thoroughly enjoy his videos.
Rolling Homestead and Wild Edibles of Wisconsin, Army all the way. And he's going to be a guest coming up here.
Yes.
Memorial Day.
Yes, he is. That's right. He is.
So.
And if anybody wants to be a guest this summer, we have quite a few Monday nights available. Next Monday is Justin Rhodes. And I think we are open until Memorial Day. So speak up. Forever hold your peace. Get some folks in here. Big Bear wants to talk about the cake. What do you want to know about the cake, Jason? It's made in a crock pot. Made with chocolate cake mix and pudding mix.
It's delicious.
Yeah, ask Mrs. Stedhomer how hers comes out.
All over my countertop. I didn't have a big enough crock pot.
The first time she made it, she did not realize that it took a 6-quart crock pot.
Right.
Yeah.
And we used a 4-quart.
Yeah.
So they had 2 quarts on the counter.
Yeah.
And 2 quarts on the counter.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was still good.
Yeah. Jason, you're not going to be there this weekend. So the next time I'm going to see you is in October, if I'm not mistaken. So should I make one then and bring it to the festivities on Friday or Saturday or Thursday? Only if you order possum pizza. I'll pass on that, Brenda. Yeah.
I think I'd probably make it and sit here,
And
maybe next week and eat it. while you're having the show. Moaning and groaning while you're at it.
Well, Windswept Homestead says yes. They like that idea of me making it and making sure it comes into the conference.
Well, looks like you're getting an order for cheesecake.
Yeah, I know. Rose wants cheesecake bites again. Full Spectrum Survival. I didn't know Big Bear was having a conference. Or Big Bear Homestead. I'm going to the conference in Virginia in October.
Sure, just make sure you're the one making the cake. Don't let Daryl do it.
Oh,
he makes 5-pound cakes.
Yes, I never saw that one. or Tina lets him wear the cake.
No, Tina wears the cake.
Oh, Tina wears the cake.
That's Tina wears the cake.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, now Jason heard cheesecake. Jason, you mean last year Rose didn't give you a piece of the cheesecake? I brought her. Instead of making one big cheesecake, I made cheesecake bites, and I took them to Virginia and I gave them to Rose. She didn't share with you?
Right.
Chigger, I can't find that recipe. I have looked everywhere for it. Send it to me again. You know I'll make it. No. Oh, goodness. goodness. But we have one thing good about our grandson being here is we have somebody to watch the house and take care of the animals when we do these weekends.
Yes.
Now, come October, we're going to have a problem.
Well, and I will. Last year.
You'll discuss that with the person that did it last year.
Well, and I was just gonna thank him here again that last year.
I think we're busy. I don't know.
They don't know what weekend it is, but they're pretty busy.
Last year, this couple we have on the screen here drove up and back to take care of our animals while we went to the conference. Was it just one occasion?
I think it was.
Driving up and back?
Yeah.
What was it?
We were gone for 3 days. We drove up.
Well, no. I meant when I said one occasion, I meant for like one event, like just.
Was it when?
Yes.
Was it when we went to Virginia? Or when we went to Mississippi?
I don't recall.
No, we went down to Tennessee the first time.
Oh, was it the first one? Okay. Because Cassie came
Appalachian,
over and
yeah.
Cassie came over and watched him.
So
Cassie's working now again.
So anyway, we certainly do appreciate Stedhomer and Mrs. Stedhomer coming up and taking care of our herd.
Yeah, that
and eating all your food.
It's a pretty big dogs.
Compared to your little one.
Babies are big.
Yeah.
Smudge.
And Smudge isn't little anymore.
Smudge.
See the size of this face? His tongue was, and that's all you see.
Yeah.
Well, yours is like a little wind-up toy.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, little Tootie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she cost me about 20 years today when she got loose.
Whoa. Did she run out of the yard or did you catch her?
She was heading.
She misplaced me.
Oh, is that what it was? There was no customer service counter for her to go to.
Would not listen to me at all.
There was no customer service counter for her to go to and say, I lost my mom in the store, please come find me?
Nope.
That's what Kara did one time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she flew across that yard. Woo! Little white streak.
So what's this Jason talking about adoption?
Because he wants cheesecake and chocolate. Jason, I can give Robin the recipe. Would that make you happy?
Make sure it's the 6-quart crock pot.
Yeah, make sure it's a 6-quart crock pot. Oh, I didn't know it was illegal to talk about cheesecake without sharing. Well, I will let you in on something. This is my mother's recipe, and it takes 40 ounces of cheesecake.
40 ounces of cheesecake?
40 ounces of cream cheese. Yeah, 40 ounces of cheesecake. Oh, that got me flustered. Oh, see, if I gave Ron the recipe, he'd have to share.
That sounds like Daryl's 5-pound cake.
2. Yeah, right. 2. I hear you. Oh, we got Arizona in the house.
Golden Valley, Arizona. Well, thank you for stopping in.
Thank you for stopping.
And Lonely Prepper Homestead, glad to see you in the chat here tonight. So, all right.
I have family in Flagstaff.
Could one of our mods please share Stedhomer's link again, please, for the folks that have joined in the last 15 minutes or so? B-Lady, give us your recipe for cheesecake. How many ounces of cream cheese does it take? Big Bear, I didn't know you were asking for family recipes. What did I miss? No, Brenda, that's just that's her recipe. It's like that thick.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 inches.
pan of yours would be full with that, I would think. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes the large springform pan.
Yeah. That's what we were just saying. We got that large one. It would completely fill that.
That's what it
And
takes. Yeah, no, that's what it takes. It goes all the way to almost to the top. Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like 3 live streams. No phone calls.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I'm surprised. Maybe the phone's broken.
I don't know. Could be. I can't try it. My phone's in the other room.
Maybe our videos are just too descriptive. They don't have any questions.
You know what? On the fly, you think of a question and the answer, and I have 5 more packs of Baker seeds to give out. We'll do one of those. Those are the last of the Baker seeds.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Well.
And yes, Stedhomer, Mrs. Stedhomer, if you want to do this one, you can.
All right. Give me a couple minutes here.
Questions about us.
It'll be Jason asking for cheesecake. Here he goes again. Hey, lady. Oh, you know what? That's the timer I set. I forgot to shut off. Oops. Yes, you can have one for the bridal shower. I have a cookbook typed up, and I'm just trying to figure out a format and how to get it printed so it looks decent. Pink, blue, 7, diamond.
We do that all the time.
I know.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't need to turn anything off, did I? Besides that.
No, Big Bear, it's not the timer for the cheesecake. It was the timer for the Instapot when I made dinner. Private ham plan. Private ham plan? Okay. There will be something about our channel.
No, hold on here a second.
Okay. Thinking. You see smoke, you'll know why.
What's the names of the owners of Two Family Homestead? How's that?
All right.
Oh, ham radio. Gotcha.
All right. For some reason, I'm hearing a little screeching
Bye,
here.
Jason. Take care.
Yeah, thanks for
Love you
stopping
too,
by.
Jason.
All right.
Fred and Wilma. That's it, country girl. Exactly.
Same rules apply. It just so... I'll do it this way. Same rules apply. And I'll run this over, and except the question will be asked manually. Okay, verbally. Yeah. Okay, simple rules. You can only win once every 4 weeks. Must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it is received and recorded on the stream here. That stream is embedded in the window that you are looking at. Your window, your computer, your phone may be in a different order. And of course, if you are the winner, you must send us an email with your address within 48 hours. So we'll transition this back. And the question is, how much lettuce does the average American consume every year in weight? How many pounds of lettuce does the average American consume every year? In
Talking about me, one. if you're asking about me, one.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm going to bring this back over so people can see this, the official stream.
They can't see it on Skype.
Okay, so far the correct answer. Oh, there we go. B lady, 30 pounds. 30 pounds. 30 pounds of lettuce is what the average American consumes every year.
Guess I'm not average.
Well, there has to be those that consume less, so those that consume more can establish an average.
That's true. I did that on purpose, so that they could do that.
B lady, you're the winner. Okay. So that was kind of an impromptu thing. We had some packages of Baker Creek seeds left over, and that's it on our seeds. Mm-hmm. So we've gotten.
And just for future reference, if we do any other giveaways that are not seed or the money related, if they're a book or something like that, it will be for U.S. subscribers only.
Yeah, we really hate to do that, but and we certainly don't fault anybody, and we certainly encourage everybody watching it that does, but it hit us pretty hard on our book giveaway here, where we had to ship it to Australia, and it just financially doesn't fit. So, having said that, if we can't put it in an envelope and send it, we're and that we can do. But we did it, and that's just the way it is. So, all right, where are we at here?
It's almost 10:30.
It's almost 10:30.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else that has any questions? Nobody has called, which really surprises me. Somebody usually wants pizza or something. They call an order. And
I could use a pizza right now.
You want possum pizza?
Oh no, you know what kind of pizza we like.
That'll come all the way from Missouri. White pizza.
Ooh,
that too.
Yeah.
We certainly want to thank everybody that's joined us in the chat tonight. We've had a lot of fun. Everybody, go over and subscribe to Stedhomer. Let's get him up to where the point is where he starts making. He can get monetized on YouTube, since they've goofed him around.
And we pretty much gave up on that.
And we're just going to have to get him. Here we have a phone call. Hello, this is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hi, I'd just like to know, how long do I have your skunk out to air out before I skin it?
Where?
Even if we didn't know her phone number was coming up, all she would have to do is open her mouth and talk, and we all know that it's June.
Yeah, we know it's June.
She has the greatest
Next time I'm going to use my hubby's phone.
She has the greatest accent of anyone that lives in the United States.
I just wanted to say hi. It's so wonderful meeting you. I've enjoyed listening, and I have subscribed to your channel, and I will do whatever I can to help you boost you up to monetization. Just to be warned, they have now said they're backlogged until June.
Oh,
Thank
And
you,
that's not a
June.
pun intended, that's the truth.
Well, we thank you so much.
June is a
You're
sweetheart.
so welcome.
She is a sweetheart.
Anything I can do to help, I'll help.
She
Just let me know.
she does cooking videos. She cooks in her kitchen
And
she
dances.
she has the music going, and she has to have a
Double lung
Oxygen.
transplant.
she has to have a double lung transplant, so she has the thing, the oxygen and everything going on, and she's just dancing. The music is going. She's dancing while doing these. She has the best attitude and personality of anyone I've
That's
ever met.
right.
Oh Lordy, we
You
just
sound so
Fantastic.
precious.
we just adore her. We just adore her.
Well, her channel is June Gall, Gaul.
Yeah, June
Yeah.
space GAUL.
Yeah.
And crossing our fingers, maybe we'll meet this summer in Hannibal, Missouri.
Perhaps we'll see.
Oh, I hope so. If not there, probably halfway, maybe.
We could probably do something.
I'm doing a lot of groveling on my knees. My knees are nearly skinned.
At least
I
put a pillow
don't
down.
drive. I can't drive. I mean, even if I could drive, I wouldn't be allowed to drive. They would take my license away from me.
Yeah,
I can't pass
understand.
big rigs without closing my eyes and going.
It must be fun driving with you, June.
I also occasionally
Have to-
forget
have
which
to put
side of the
blinders
road
on
I
her.
should be on when I come to turn. So, it kind of causes a bit of a problem.
I would think so. Yeah, Daryl said we're going to put blinders on you.
Really? I mean, I've been over here 30 years plus. I mean, that's longer than I'm, that's more time than I spent over in the UK. And yet it's still ingrained in me that I should be on the opposite side of the road. And sometimes when we go shopping, I go to get in the car, and Marby looks at me and he says, "You driving?" Oh, sorry, wrong side.
Duncan 1900 Homestead says she just loves June's exercise
I
videos.
do. They're the greatest. They are the greatest. Just watching her dancing in the kitchen and exercising is just great. She's,
Yeah, I do.
definitely gonna
fluid
have to
motion
watch that.
videos, and I'm getting back on the gazelle.
oh, Lord.
So
You have any more blueberries growing outside your door or inside your door?
no, not yet. I've yet to put my blueberry bush out, but my gosh, I mean, it's no flowers on it, but it's got beautiful green leaves budding out on it. So it shouldn't be too long. I put the orange bush out, and I put the lemongrass out, and the poor lemongrass looks rather tatty because the cats have been eating it all winter. It's like just so. Hopefully it'll grow. So, but I'm going to be planting some more stuff this spring, summer, fall. I'm going to be doing some more stuff. So my indoor experiment kind of didn't go right.
Well, hey, you had blueberries this winter in your what were they?
Well,
your
that's
living room?
true. That's true. And I have scallions growing in water, so I guess at least something went right. My peas kind of like dried up. It's like, no, you're not supposed to be dried peas. You're supposed to be, anyway, snap peas they're supposed to be, but they weren't. They ended up being dried peas.
They
I don't know what
snapping,
went
huh?
wrong. Maybe I didn't water them enough or something.
You
I
think
don't
that
know.
might have been it?
Throw them in a salad.
Yeah, really? No, they're dried solid. I mean, you break a tooth on these. Trust me. No, nothing you want to mess with.
All righty then.
So, anyway, I'm going to get off.
Well, June,
As
thank
you
you
can
for
tell,
calling.
I'm squeaking well, so I need another cup of tea.
Oh, there you go.
Well, thank you for calling, June. We always appreciate hearing from
We
you.
adore you, June.
Nice hot.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. And thank you all so much. I love you all,
Yes,
everybody in the chat
very
there.
nice.
I'm waving
Thank
like
you.
anybody can see me. Oh, my
We're
Lord.
waving back.
Good grief. Bye, everyone. I
Bye-bye.
love you all.
Bye-bye.
Love you,
Bye-bye.
sweetie.
Take
Bye.
care.
I'm waving again. Oh, gee. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Oh, no, that's not the mouse, Joan. Don't touch the mouse. Okay, use the phone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can't top that, so.
I think that was a good ending for the
That's a
live
good-
stream tonight.
There you
That
go.
was-
Yeah.
Sweetheart.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah. Definitely need to check June out.
All right.
June,
So,
in fact, if you put something on, type something in the room here, so Stedhomer and that can get your link off of there, or if anybody else wants to subscribe, love your videos. They're just great.
all
Thank you,
righty.
Country Girl. Appreciate that.
I think we'll wrap it up. Folks, thank you all for coming. We,
Yeah, some people of a certain age probably getting tired.
yeah. We appreciate everybody being here. So, everybody
Getting
take
way
care.
past the bedtime now.
Have a great week. Don't forget that we do the video editing program tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And
You haven't figured that one out yet? You haven't figured out how to edit a video yet?
well, yeah, we try to help people that have some issues with editing videos.
Oh, I thought you were the one trying to learn how to. Okay, okay. Sorry.
Daryl just has other issues. You
Okay,
know this.
okay. All right,
We
all right.
talked about this like on the
We
first
don't
night.
need to go.
Yeah, the first night I met you. Remember that?
Yes.
His
Yes.
car died. You had to come pick me up.
Yep.
Yep.
We remember.
You still didn't tell me everything.
I did too.
Brenda, you should be getting your book. I don't know how long it takes to get to Australia, but it was shipped out last week.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for
Thank
coming.
you, everyone. You have a
Next
great
week,
evening.
Justin Rhodes,
9 p.m. Eastern Standard.
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Get your questions ready, because I don't know if it'll be a complete hour with Justin.
Yeah,
That is his time frame.
yeah, we're going by his time
So,
frame, and
We will probably do the $2 trivias, but they won't be while we have him on the live stream.
so
we can get as
his
much
being
as we
online
can.
is going to be totally dependent upon him.
Right.
But we do have him here next Monday night. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful week, and we will see you next week.
Thank you, and we'll see you later.
Bye.